Here's a segment from this month's edition of St. Charles Parish Today, a new monthly local talk show. Be sure to find red carpets and movie screenings happening frequently in a place like Hollywood, California, or even Cannes, France in the spring. But you'll find a similar scene at the Professional Learning Center in Luling on April 12th. Here to talk about the Satellite Center Video and Animation Festival and how you as a student or company can get involved is Satellite Center Digital Media Facilitator Rick Grau. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me, Ray.
Well, first of all, I'll start with the details of the event, date and time, all that good stuff.
Okay.
And what are your goals for the festival for this year?
Okay, real quick again, the date and time is going to be Friday, April 12th. The festival is held at the Professional Learning Center, or as some people on the West Bank notice, the old Kmart building. And what we do is from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock is we invite the public out, we parents and you know, just whoever wants to come in and watch the screenings. And we set up the rooms of the PLC, kind of like little movie theaters, and people can just come in and watch the submissions and just move around from room to room. So we do that from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock we take a break and clear out the main room and get it set up for the award ceremony. And then from 7:15 to 8:15 we have an award ceremony where we hand out awards to the finalists or the top place winners in the different categories. In the past, we've been fortunate enough to have a guest speaker that would come in and talk about the animation or filming industry in Louisiana. So this year we're kind of hoping on getting somebody to come in and talk about that too.
Okay, well I know you guys solicit entries from some schools from around the region.
Mm-hmm.
So say there's a student that may be watching this and they want to know more about how they can enter and maybe what they should know before they enter their work.
What I would recommend them doing is going to check out our website. It's scvaf.org.
Okay.
There's all the details about submitting work, judges, information about the night of the festival. And from there, they could also reach me. My contact information is on the website. There's actually a contact us page, and the email will come directly to me.
Okay, so about the judges, do you know who your judges are going to be this year so far?
We have a couple of judges lined up. Some of our big names from animation and film industry are Marlene Sharp. She works out of a company in California, and for a while she was working with a studio in Korea to bring some of the Korean animation to America. Okay. In the video side, we have Hamp Overton, who is a professor at UNO, and we have a local guy by the name of Chuck Bush, and he was in the film Fandango, which I believe came out sometime in the 80s. But he's been working in the local film industry here in Louisiana. So we have some more judges, but those are just kind of some of big names that we have.
Okay, very good. So this event is geared more towards students and them learning more about the industry. So can you give me an example of a student that submitted work in the festival in previous years and that are now actually in the industry working?
Definitely. I've had a couple of team members that have submitted animations into the festival and have gone on to Full Sail University, which is a college out in Orlando, Florida. And both of them have since graduated. One is Justin Granger, and he's working locally doing 3D animation. And then Andrew Stillinger was another guy, and he was working at a company called Digital Domain that specializes in special effects. And it was real cool for me last year. He was just kind of sending me emails back and forth. Hey, what's going on, Andrew? Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I just got finished working on a film. And I was like, oh, cool. Which film was it? The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And wow. I was like, what? The Girl with the and it was real cool because he sent me a screenshot with his name up in the credits. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. So, but unfortunately for Andrew, Digital Domain they cut production down in some of their U.S. offices or whatever. So I know he's back here locally working, doing, trying to pick up some local gigs here in Louisiana, which is kind of cool. So. Okay.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's the entire point of the whole program.
Exactly. And I think with the film and I guess film industry booming in Louisiana or in the South right now, they're looking for artists that can composite, that can do special effects and things like that. And so I think it's right up his alley. I said it was fortunate for him that he's back here, but it's kind of bad for him that Digital Domain closed. But now he's back in and he's able to find some work. So.
Okay. Well, great. So what are the benefits for some of the students that attend this? We talked about students moving on and getting jobs, but technically, what are some of the benefits that they can get?
I think just attending the festival, what we want to try and create is an atmosphere of bringing in students from the participating schools. So if you're a student at Hornville, you maybe get to network and talk to students from NOCA, or somebody from Riverdale, somebody from Brother Martin, somebody you probably never met before, would never even talk to, but you have that common bond of a liking for film, for animation, and things like that. So they kind of get to network with one another. What we also want to do is develop an appreciation for these arts, I guess, within the community. So people can come to it and say, well, you know what, you can make a living doing these types of things. Because a lot of times we have parents that come through and they say, you're just making cartoons, or you're just making these funny videos. But it's actually a thriving industry where you can make a decent living in these jobs. So that's kind of, I guess, one, to get something for the students to get something out of it, but two, for the parents and the community members to get something out of it.
Right. So in the intro, I talked about how companies can get involved if they wanted to possibly sponsor the event. Talk a little bit about that.
We have different sponsorship levels, and with the different packages, you get different, I guess, ways to be a part of the festival, from having your logo on the website, to the back of the t-shirts, to the programs, to sponsoring one of the viewing rooms where every so often during the viewing, your company logo would show up, on the screen and say, this screening room is brought to you by, such and such. But just, not just through monetary donations, but coming out and checking out some of the submissions. And then also, if anybody from these industries want to be judges, they can get involved in the festival that way too. So, and the information about sponsorship is on the website, and becoming a judge as well. If they're interested, it's on the website too.
Okay. Well, hopefully people will see this and come on out to the event.
Definitely. That's why we're here.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Coming up next, Planting Hope at the St. Rose Community Center. Catch the entire episode right here on Channel 6, daily at 5 p.m. or watch anytime at scptoday.com.